Peace, 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 peace to the planet Earth. Rob Blackstorm here. Just reaching out to y'all out there on the internets. Want to say what's up to everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a great time, whether you're by yourself, whether you're with your family, whether you're with a loved one. Hope you're making the best of your time, living the life the way you want to live the life, and just overall enjoying yourself. What I wanted to talk about today or tonight is the full blood wolf moon, the one that is occurring tomorrow, or if you're watching this on Sunday, today, on the 20th of January 2019. And I just want to bring some clarity and some insight about it, what you should do, the effects it'll have on the planet, how you can harness that energy and use it for your own workings, for your own magic, for your own intentions, and for your overall growth and development spiritually, as well as materially in the physical world. Because as above, so below. So what happens in the mind manifests in the real world, right? That's what it's all about. That's what magic's all about. Making what's here tangible. And that's what all the greats and all the legends do. They make what's in their head something tangible. So that's what we're trying to do here while we're in existence. So let's first talk about the power of the moon before we get into anything. People will say, oh, the full moon has no effect on you. The full moon, that's just a myth. You know, that's, what do they call it? Pseudoscience, you know, or conjecture, or whatever they want to call it. Well, what does the moon do? The full moon. The full moon, scientifically, is known to pull the tide or pull the water. You know, the full moon is known to pull water from the earth. It pulls the tide up. It actually raises the tide, or it raises the water in the oceans, the water in the river, the water in the actual sea. So if it raises the water in the oceans, and the water in the rivers, and the water in the actual sea, then what is it doing to the water in your body? Right? What is it doing to the water in your body? So that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the moon, and the moon pulling the water or the moisture of your body. The moisture or the water of your body is what you are. It's pulling the water from the earth. It's pulling the water from you. You are mostly water. You are mostly liquid. 75% liquid. The earth is 75% liquid. So we are a people of water. We are aquaman, so to speak. Right? People don't look at it like that. But we are people that are mostly made of liquid. They're mostly made of water. Very little flesh, very little bone. We're mostly liquid. So if the moon is pulling on this water, then this water is us. And our thoughts are waves, right? They're brain waves that produce thoughts. There's a heartbeat that produces a wave. And there are currents of energy that we produce, what we call vibrations, right? Everybody has a certain vibe. Everybody has a certain vibration. Everybody carries a certain energy signature, a certain frequency, a certain level of energy. So what this full blood red moon is an energy puller. It's designed to pull maximum energy and pull the most out of us. And one of the reasons is because it is on the light wave of the color red. Colors are just waves of light. That's all they are. Colors are waves of light that hit our retina and determine that, okay, this is red. But it's just a frequency, right? A color is just a frequency. It's a beam of light. It's a light wave that goes into the prism of our retina and determines what we see. So when we're doing something like this, when we're doing this type of work, and when we're talking about the full moon, we're not talking about it as far as this is something spooky, or this is something dealing with some sort of like ghostly, ghastly stuff, some type of, you know, spirit that's like some outside entity that does not exist. This is dealing with the energy and the currents that you have within yourself. This This is dealing with what they call Kundalini energy or Kundalini fire, what they call Ra, or in the Egyptian theology, what they call Chi in the Taoist theology. This is dealing with energy and conducting energy and using the moon as a conductor of energy. That's what we're doing when we're doing this type of work, and what type of work we're supposed to do with this Superblood Wolf Moon, because the moon is pulling the energy from our bodies or the water. Water carries our thoughts, water carries our current, water carries our frequency, right? This heartbeat is beating blood. Blood is liquid, blood is water. You know how blood is water too? When the blood is in your body, it is the color blue. When it comes out, leaks out, and hits oxygen, that's when your blood actually turns red. This is why they call the rich the blue bloods, right? Because they supposedly keep everything in family, always, so that the money continuously circulates through the family. But anyway, so talking about the blood moon. So now that we established that the moon does have a pull on the body, and the moon does pull the currents of us, and the moon also affects mood, right? Because it deals with emotions, right? If the tide is raised in us, it's stirring emotions. It's pulling on us. It's pulling on us physically, right? Because the moon is pulling water or pulling moisture from us. So it's pulling energy. So there's a pull during this time. Depending on how strong the pull is, some people can handle it. Some people can't, depending on what other emotional thing that is happening on the outside of them. Now, the blood full moon is like this. This is what's actually happening. There's the sun, right, going in this orbit. Then there's the earth, right here in the middle. And then, so it's the sun and the earth, right? Everything's in this orbit, but they're all aligning, right, at about 12:41 Eastern time. They're all, so it's the sun, the earth, and then the moon right here. So the sun is casting a shadow on the earth that is casting a shadow on the moon. So that's what's happening. Sun casts a shadow on the earth is casting a shadow on the moon. The same way the sun casts a shadow on your body, and you see the shadow behind you or in front of you, depending on the angle of light that's hitting you. So the energy of the sun is hitting the earth, the energy of the sun hitting the earth is hitting the moon. And that reflection of the sun hitting the earth gives the moon that red color. Now, the moon is closest in its orbit to us, which is why it's a super moon. It's because it's so close to us, we can see it. And also the energy pull of that moon is enormous. It's tremendous. So we established now why the color is red. We've also established what's happening in what's happening cosmologically or astrologically, right, out there in the heavens. And we've also established what the moon does to our body, the type of energy or the type of pull. Now, let's get into what we should do or how we should harness this energy. The color red is a spectrum of light. The color green is a spectrum of light. The color black is the absence of light. The color black absorbs all light. It absorbs all light. If you put something black over something red, it's going to absorb that color red and it'll be black. That's what the color black does. So it absorbs all light. And anything that comes out is a reflection out of darkness. This is why melanin is so powerful, because melanin absorbs light, and we could reuse that energy and put it out. You see it in sports, you also see it in our intelligence and our creativity, right? In black intelligence, black creativity, what's using our melanin. That's us taking the light, harnessing it, using it for creation and creating. That's the positive use of our melanin, absorbing light and channeling that energy through meditation, through Kundalini, meditation, through Ra exercises to stir chi in your body, certain breathing exercises, certain yoga movements, certain exercises to keep the chi constantly stirring in your body, so you can constantly harness energy, so you can constantly manifest your goals out here in the physical world, making this tangible, making your dreams a reality. So when we talk about this color red, we're talking about a frequency of light. We're talking about a frequency of action. When people get angry, right, white people more so, or Spanish people, or people of lighter hues, you'll see them turn the color red physically because they are excited, right? It's a color of excitement. It's a color of fight. It's a color of passion, right? Hearts are red. Roses are red, which symbolize passion, right? When you're dealing with romance and things of that nature. But when we're dealing with a blood red moon, we're dealing with things of passion. Red also symbolizes courage. So we're dealing with things that require courage, things that require us to grow, things that we always wanted to do that we have been scared of doing, things that we want to manifest that we are scared of manifesting. This blood moon is designed for you to finally take hold of that. This blood moon is designed for you to finally gain the strength and gain the power and gain the force to finally do this thing that you've always wanted to do, to finally set this plan in motion, because it's going along with the color red, which has to do with action, what has to do with manifestation, what has to do with passion, right? You know, when things are inflamed, the color red is in fire, right? Stop signs and things that want to alert you, red. You know, red is a good thing. When you're in the red financially, it's a good thing. It means that you're active in managing your funds, and you're active in saving, and you're in the red. You don't owe anybody. So when we're dealing with the color red, that's really the sun's reflection off the earth and then onto the moon. We're realizing that this energy that is being pulled from us but yet reflected back to us, because the moon is giving off light, and melanin is what? An absorber of light. So a lot of people that are not even in tune to this energy, or don't even understand what's going on astrologically, are going to be wilding. They're going to be going crazy out here. There's a lot of people that are going to break up people abruptly. Even on a spiritual tip, all the women that have men that are binded magically, have them in jars and have them in these binds, right, via magic. These men are going to break out of that, because the intensity of this moon is so powerful, with it being so close to the orbit of the earth, that automatically that energy or that heat rising within the body is going to break that chain spiritually, because of the energy that's placed on the earth during that time. So this is going to happen, they say, at the max, when you're going to see it at the most, or its greatest strength is going to be at 12:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to start, though, at 11:41 Eastern Standard Time. But you can check your local listings wherever you are. I'm coming from the East Coast, so this is where I'm coming from. But when we're dealing with the blood moon, we're dealing with passions, we're dealing with courage, we're dealing with taking the first step to the thing that you want to manifest. We're dealing with putting forth energy towards things that you want to create. We're talking romance, taking the first step towards romance, taking the first step towards making steps towards self-love, taking the first steps towards something you want to be disciplined about. It's also this blood wolf of supermoon is also in Leo. So those that know astrology are familiar with Leo. You know Leo is a regal sign. And even if you don't understand astrology, you still know a lion is royalty in the jungle. A lion is king of the jungle, right? A lion is known as the king of the jungle. A lion comes around, they don't fuck with a lion. So a lion is about that action. A lion's about making things move. A lion's about getting off your ass, if you're using the energy correctly. But lions could also be stubborn, and lions could also be lazy. This is when you're going against the current of the energy that is there. This is not an energy for play. This is an energy for getting busy. This is an energy for partying too, because it's a Leo energy. It's an energy of strength. It's an energy of celebration as well. It's an energy of joy. It's primarily an energy of activity. So when we look at these things and we look at these significances that are out in the astrological world, we have to look at everything in the form of energy, vibration, and frequency. Just like Tesla said, we're no longer looking at things at the surface level anymore. We have to look at the spiritual correspondences. For instance, most people know this, but some don't. The color of McDonald's is red and yellow because it stirs appetite. It stirs appetite into the body. Just by looking at those colors, it's color psychology. So by this moon being red, right, the reflection of the sun on the earth hitting the moon, it's reflecting a certain energy to us. And being that it's in Leo makes it even more powerful. So what you want to do during this time, if you can, is you want to get red candle. You want to get a white candle. You want to get a green candle. And you want to put your intentions in each candle, if you can. The white candle will be for spiritual growth and spiritual intuition. The red candle would be for spiritual courage and also for physical courage. Because you may have people that you think are holding you back. You may have situations that you think that are holding you back. You may be held back because you're scared of other people's judgment. You may be held back because you've been doing the same thing so long that you're scared to lose friends. You may be holding yourself back because you're scared to lose family. But that's what the red candle is for, and it's also to match the currency of this blood moon, right? So that's for your courage. Your green candle is for your abundance, for your financial abundance, and for your spiritual abundance. So you got a red, you got a green, and also I would get a yellow candle. It could symbolize the sun, or if you want to go into the state of what people would call Oshun in that tradition, you could put that to Oshun to deal with beauty, to deal with self-love, to deal with self-care, to deal with self-discipline. So that's 4 candles right there. Now let's say you can't afford to do any of that. Well, you have a pen and you have a piece of paper. You could draw these candles, right? And you could write on this paper green, red, yellow, right? Green, red, yellow, and white. And put them somewhere. Maybe physically you're not lighting the actual candles, but it's not about the physical thing. And we, as people that claim to be spiritual, have to get out of always looking for the external to validate our internal experience or our spiritual experience. That's a reflection of you. You could also get a pen, get a piece of paper, and write how many times as you feel. I would say at least 100 times. Write out your intentions with passion, with feeling, with emotion. Ritualize it, even with the candle lighting, ritualize it. The same thing with the candles also. You should write out your intentions. You should write out what you want to set forth into motion, especially during this cycle, because the energy of the universe is riding with you. So you're basically riding the wave of the energy of the universe. So this is what you should be doing during this blood moon, setting your intentions, putting things out there that you want to manifest. If you want to control your emotions, this is the time. If you want to lose weight, this is the time. If you want a health situation to be rectified, this is the time when you put that intention out there, and the universe will bless you. Because the universe is active, and it's actively working in your favor. Now, I know that's late. Some people cannot stay up that late. 12-something Eastern time is late. 12 Eastern time is late. And in the West Coast, that means it's probably 3-something a.m. Now, if you can, you should. If you can be outside during that time, you should be moon gazing and setting your intentions, because it's about putting that energy out into the universe so that it's in your moisture, it's in your body. The reason you want to be passionate about it, and why I say ritualize it, make it an event, put music around it, dance, Have fun. Enjoy it. Make this like if you would go to church during a revival. Make this your revival. Make this moon your event so you could grow up and glow up and make things better for you and yours. So I hope I gave some great information about the moon, this blood moon, how to use it, and I did this on simple terms. I try to make this as simple as possible. But it's up to you as a person to use this energy. This is also a great time to be meditating as well. Don't say you don't know how to meditate when there's billions of people on YouTube with videos on how to meditate. If you don't like one, you use another one. And if you want to learn to meditate, now is a great time to put that intention out to the universe. I want to learn to meditate. I want to learn the easiest way for me to meditate. This energy is not about making excuses. This energy is not about blaming this man or the white man, or blaming the black man, or blaming the Mexican, or blaming anybody, blaming your father, or blaming your mother, or blaming your boyfriend, or blaming your husband. It's not about blame. It's not about victimhood. This energy is about how are you going to get it. This energy is about how are you going to be a legend. This energy is about what mark are you going to leave onto the world. That's what this super blood moon is about. The reason it's a wolf moon, because they say the wolves usually howl during this moon. How are you going to howl? In fact, it's a wolf moon in the sign of Leo. So how are you going to roar? Visualize what it is for you to see your best life, for you to wake up. If you woke up tomorrow to your ideal life, what would it be? And that's what you put on that piece of paper. And you put your intentions and your goals onto those candles if you do have the candles. And if you have water on your water bottles, write these intentions and put this on your water bottles. If you have a vision board, create a vision board. If you don't have a vision board, create a vision board. Or make your cell phone your vision board. Make your screensaver your vision of what your goal is to be. Put this energy out into the universe and then work towards that energy. Don't just put it out. Don't just light the candles. Don't just meditate. Do things. Get active. This energy is not about making excuses. This energy is about finding solutions. This energy is about solving problems.